a lot of people know that when Damar Hamlin was on the field Monday night, he had about 10 minutes of CPR. But what people don't know is that a typical person like myself can only really last about a minute doing CPR. And that's pretty much what it is too. But when you grab a drill and some chains, you can actually make it into an entirely new object with an entirely new purpose. On Monday evening, his phone last went off up around here, and ever since then, no one has seen or heard from him. In just a few short months, the daily act of crossing the street is going to look a whole lot different. Guys, congratulations. Thanks for coming so early. And Paul, I'm going to go ahead and toss it back to you while we get our steps in right now. What you see in front of you just looks like a tire, and that's pretty much what it is too. But when you grab a drill and some chains, you can actually make it into an entirely new object with an entirely new purpose.
So we just decided that we would look into, once the tires started collecting, what to do with them.
Britt Self and Brett Lowry interact with many racers at Boyd Speedway, but one interaction with driver Sawyer Tinker inspired them to create Tinker Saturday at the Speedway.
And Sawyer, without even being asked, without him being told, he was out there helping mow the grass, take care of things around the house, getting groceries for, helping the kids, do things with the kids.
Tinker took time to help his neighbors with autism whenever he could. So Self decided to do the same thing at the Speedway by creating tire swings.
And that's our purpose. How can we make their lives easier, better, help them get outside?
Self says the motion of a tire swing is soothing to anyone with autism and is especially needed after a year of instability for children with autism after the pandemic.
But for them, it was devastating. And for those parents, I mean, it was just so overwhelming for them to have to wake up every morning and not know how their kid was going to take that new schedule every day because it changed so drastically.
Lowry says many people in the Catoosa County community chipped in and came together to make about 20 swings for the community.
People have feelings, people have heart, they want to give back, they want to do more, and it's just part of what God created us for, you know, is to help each other, and that's kind of what we're doing.
It's one of those things that's just so humbling, and when you see people come together for kids, you know, it just makes you cry a little bit because you're so excited.
Organizers plan to make tire swings like these in the future focused towards different groups of children about every 2.5 months or so. They also plan to make tire swings like these into mulch for playgrounds for children across Catoosa County. Reporting from Boyd Speedway, Angela Kim, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
A Bohemian Pilsner from Lazy Monk, Central Waters Bourbon Barrel Stout. We have a lot of different craft beers from all over.
When the Mosinee Brewing Company opened late last year, owner Jacqueline Forbes Kern was surprised at how quickly her business started to grow.
It's actually been doing much better than we had expected.
But then one thing got in her way. The partial government shutdown. Now the brewing company is waiting for the federal license that they need to start brewing their own beer.
Very sad. They're very pretty and they're sitting there ready to go, but we can't start until we get the federal permit. So we are ready to start brewing the minute we get that licensing and permitting.
So the brewing company has been serving craft beer from across the state as they wait for their license.
We actually expected it by the end of January. However, because of the delay in the shutdown, we don't know how long it'll be.
Forbes Kern says business hasn't been affected, but she's still ready to start brewing her own beer for her customers.
I would like it to happen tomorrow morning, but in the meantime, we're going to carry on doing what we're doing. We believe that it's going to be rather quick after they go back to work.
Reporting in Mosinee, Angela Kim, Newswatch 12.
The real question is, do you trust me?
Sam Mahoney never pictured himself out here on the ice.
If somebody would have told me that 10 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, sign me up. Let's go. Okay.
Especially after an accident forced him to readjust his life completely.
I was injured 10 years ago, and I didn't know what was out there to drive. I didn't know how I was going to drive or anything.
But today he was one of the 4 members of Spine Corps that got to learn an adaptive version of the Subaru Winter Experience.
The fun you get to have with all the other people, it's just great. It's a fun experience.
This is the second year of Spine Corps' event.
Once they do it, they're hooked.
And Spinecore founder Anthony Rigoli has made outdoor sports adaptable for people with different abilities through events like this.
Just because we have a disability doesn't mean we can't participate in everything else out there that everyone else does.
This is the control I use, so I push it forward for the brake and pull back for the gas. It's part of the fun.
I don't know, I feel like it's my purpose in life. So it's just so much fun, and I wish I could do this every day.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
And Mahoney wants to show everyone how experiences like this are possible every day, not just on the ice.
Now I have a set of permanent controls that work very similarly in my everyday car. I'm happy to show people.
Showing people on and off the ice that overcoming obstacles just takes a little bit of drive.
It's never a dull moment. The people you meet, the experiences you have, it's always fun.
In Eagle River, Angela Kim, Newswatch 12.